Good morning. You got your coffee? I absolutely have mine. So I've been doing a lot of research, and it seems like every time I come up with this new idea, and Brad comes up with a new idea, we see something in the news like a day or 2 or 3 days later. So this whole collective consciousness thing just kind of blows my mind a little bit. So if you think that you're not affecting the universe and that it doesn't affect you, just erase that entire concept, because I want to go into hyperdimensional psychology and teach you a lesson on infinite dimensional consciousness. Okay, I've been doing a lot of articles and a lot of book writing, but I want to start doing videos. I've been saying I'm going to do them. So here we go. So welcome. Today we're going to be diving into one of the most fascinating frontiers of science and consciousness, and that's hyperdimensional psychology. Now, the reason that we're doing this, we want to explore our minds, our thoughts, and awareness, and how it might extend beyond the physical brain into an infinite dimensional structure of reality. We're going to be integrating theories from quantum physics, cosmology, post-quantum cognition. We're going to build a framework for understanding consciousness as a multidimensional phenomenon. Now, consciousness, let's just get started with that, because I keep getting questions about, well, what is that? Okay. It's not exactly the same as neurology. Consciousness is the awareness of our own thoughts, emotions, and experiences. Now, there's a difference between consciousness and woke, okay? I'm not getting into woke. I'm not getting into woke culture. I'm getting into what's literally defined as consciousness. Now, scientists and philosophers have long debated where it comes from and how it works. And yes, I have a huge pregnant belly here. Enjoy the show. And essentially where it comes from and how it works. Now, traditional views suggest that consciousness is simply a byproduct of the brain's activity. But new research in quantum physics, neuroscience, and multidimensional theories challenges these ideas. Now, some theories propose that consciousness may not be, confined to our brains, but instead exists in this larger hidden reality, one that extends beyond the three-dimensional world that we actually perceive. And this idea suggests that our thoughts and awareness might be influenced by hyperdimensional structures, quantum fields, or even unseen forces that, science is still working on. We're just really starting to explore this. You see stuff in the news every single day. But how and why? Why are we all of a sudden all, I guess you could say, waking up to this understanding? Recent studies and suggestions, discussions, dialogue, including, Dr. Alex Gomez-Martin, Bernard Carr, Michael Pravica, I think I pronounced his name right. It suggests that consciousness may interact with dimensions beyond space and time. Now, theories like Hilbert space, E8 symmetry, holographic consciousness, all of this explores how our minds function like receivers, picking up information from an interconnected, multidimensional field. Now, some researchers even suggest that certain altered states of mind, meditation, near-death experiences, PA Match-Outwater is huge in that field. There's many others. Might allow brief access to these hidden layers of reality. Now, if this is true, then our everyday perceptions are just a very small part of a much larger reality. And understanding consciousness at this deeper level could revolutionize how we think about reality, free will, and the nature of existence itself. Now, why does this matter? Well, if consciousness isn't just a byproduct of the brain and a fundamental aspect of reality, then our understanding of mental health, creativity, decision-making, and even life itself is going to change dramatically. I said the other day, physics is changing, y'all. Go ahead and get on board because it's happening. This research challenges the limits of human potential And it may even unlock new ways of thinking, healing, and even interacting with the world. What if rather than just being an innocent bystander, you're literally editing your life and your reality? That's manifestation. That's prayer. That's will. There's many ways to relate to that. Whether it's quantum cognition, hyperdimensional psychology, or even the idea that our minds exist beyond our bodies, these discoveries could shape the future of science and philosophy and technology. So understanding consciousness, it's not just an abstract pursuit. It's a key to unlocking human potential and redefining our place in the universe. So what is hyperdimensional psychology? Let me get a drink of coffee. So, hyperdimensional psychology, it's essentially the study of how consciousness itself interacts with dimensions beyond traditional three-dimensional space-time. Now, if reality consists of infinite dimensions, as many physicists theorize, then our perception and thought processes are going to also exist within and outside of this expanded framework. So to understand this, let's break this down into 5 key theories that actually support the idea of hyperdimensional mind. So you've got the Hilbert space and infinite dimensional quantum mechanics, okay? I want you to basically imagine a mathematical space with infinite dimensions, okay? This is Hilbert space. This is the foundation of physics. We're not talking Einstein. This is a little bit different. Now, consciousness, if you look at it as a wave function, our minds basically function like quantum wave functions, and cognition then may exist in an infinite dimensional probability space rather than being confined to neurons. Then you've got E8 theory, and consciousness is a higher dimensional symmetry. So what that basically means is all forces and particles emerge from a higher order structure. The implication for the mind when it comes to this is that if the universe is governed by hidden dimensions, then our consciousness may be an emergent property of this larger system that's capable of receiving more than just three-dimensional space. And if you want to look at YouTube videos or journal articles to back up everything that I'm saying, you're more than welcome. I will include all of that when I'm done. So essentially, our reality may be a holographic projection of a deeper, higher dimensional field. Now, that doesn't mean that everything going on out there is because of what's going on in here, or that everything in here is going on because of what's going on out there. If you look at epigenetics, it's a two-way street, okay? So if space-time is a hologram, and that's an if, there's a lot of science showing it most likely is, but still our brains are, yes or no, our brains are probably decoding signals from a more fundamental hyperdimensional consciousness field. So imagine that the universe itself is conscious. If you're religious or spiritual, think about it being alive. Some people want to go into what's called panpsychism. Essentially, imagine that creation itself is alive. We are alive. We are sentient. It is sentient, whatever, and it goes back and forth. Space-time itself is composed of discrete fractal-like networks of quantum states. Now, this suggests that the mind may actually operate within a self-repeating hierarchical pattern or even multiple patterns that extend across dimensions. That's where you get into parallel universes and M theory and string theory and multi-world theory and all these different theories. And then you get into Ted Mark's, I think it's his name, Ted Mark. The mathematical universe hypothesis. And that's another theory. I was actually just talking to my daughter last night. She found this YouTube show that is essentially like, imagine all of the planets in the universe are animated like an object show. And my first question is, okay, which version of science are you getting? Because there are various theories as to what's going on out there. But anyway, so Tegmark, I want to say it's Tegmark. Anyway, so that hypothesis essentially says that reality is pure mathematics and consciousness is an evolving equation, which I can kind of get that, kind of makes sense. So I want you to look at yourself as an algorithm. So if our minds operate within an infinite mathematical landscape, then thoughts and decisions are probably going to exist across multiple parallel dimensions simultaneously. And then you, so I'm looking at my notes here. So the hyperdimensional cognitive model. Now what that is as we are now understanding these theories, I want to explore with you basically, what they mean, how we think, perceive, and experience reality, why that matters. So your thoughts may not actually be inside your head. They're more so interacting with a larger quantum cognitive field. So, if decisions and memories are not just confined to one timeline, what if they exist across multiple quantum branches? Now they're looking into H3O2 and a whole bunch of other crystalline, structures of space-time, dark matter, a bunch of stuff, trying to figure out, well, where is memory stored? Well, you've basically got cognitive expansion through quantum states. So meditation, psychedelics, prayer, manifestation, living in the moment, altered states may shift cognition into hyperdimensional awareness, but there's also people that are just born with advanced neuroplasticity. That is also an explanation as well. This can explain precognition, remote viewing, intuition. All of that is essentially glimpses into a wider dimensional reality. So, long story short, the brain is not just a biological processor. It may be an adaptive quantum system that's capable of resonating with multidimensional energies. But then you start thinking, oh, that sounds crazy. That sounds like a mental disorder, or maybe dimensional dysregulation. Well, schizophrenia or dissociation could be the result of consciousness accessing misaligned hyperdimensional information. If your brain is an antenna, and if you imagine you've got rabbit ears on your television and it's getting multiple signals from multiple places, like it's not going to come across clear. It's just not. So rather than looking at it as a disease, look at it as something that needs to be recalibrated. Now, healing could actually involve recalibrating the mind's multidimensional coherence through energy work, I want to say neuropathy, but it's more of like neurotherapy is the right word. Or advanced cognitive training. Like I said, meditation, breath work. I'm a transpersonal psychologist, and the father of transpersonal psychology is Stanislav Grof. He came up with holotropic breath work, which really, honestly, it's breathing like a Buddhist, but it's tapping into more of a Freudian understanding of psychology because it takes you back into early life, past life, yada, 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 yada. It basically integrates the whole individual. So we've been going for a few minutes. I'm going to wrap this up. I've got this going on camera on my laptop, and I've got this going live on Facebook because I want to give you guys a couple different platforms to work with on this and see where it goes. So the conclusion of the future of hyperdimensional cognition. 1 second. So basically, if reality is infinite dimensional, and I don't want to say multidimensional now, I want to say infinite dimensional. Well, then, as above, so below. Our minds may be as well. They have to be as well. Just kind of works that way. So hyperdimensional psychology basically provides a bridge between physics, neuroscience, and metaphysical consciousness. It offers a new paradigm for self-awareness and human evolution, and that's where I'm coming in. That's where a bunch of others are coming in. I'm including, I'm including videos, YouTube videos, so that you can access it and hear it from someone besides me. I'm not the only one doing this, guys. And this knowledge it could and will transform education, therapy, and really reality. So my question for you, if you've watched this video, whether YouTube, Facebook, whatever, where do you think your consciousness resides? I'm curious. Do you think it's just in your brain? Do you think it's beyond it? I think most of us are to the point now where we recognize, obviously, it's beyond us, but how, where, and why. So try mindfulness, try dream journaling, visualization exercises, talking about it with your friends, read some books, whatever you want to do. But I want you to do some exercises to see if you can actually access this hyperdimensional awareness. Now, I am not advocating to go out and do a bunch of psychedelics, because I know we discuss psychedelics, but guys, I have kind of issues with it only because you can do so much more naturally and have longer memory of your experiences when you do it through meditation, when you do it through awareness. Tool's a tool. I'm not dogging anybody. Just be safe. Okay. But the point here is you are capable of it. However you get there, you are capable of it. Do it safely. Do it happily. Explore your mind. If you want to look at it this way, explore God itself, himself, herself, itself, the cosmos, all that. But leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear about how you think that infinite dimensions influence the mind. And thank you so much. I'm going to include these links so that you can access that. And I think we've summed it up for the day. If you want to learn more, let me know. And now we have a slow connection. How do we finish this?